The story of the meaning weaver. Long ago, in a faraway land where the stars seemed faded and the rivers whispered of forgotten dreams, there was a kingdom called Arios. The people of Arios were clever, wealthy, and powerful, but deeply tired. They worked, they built, they conquered, yet when night came, and they looked at the endless, empty sky, a strange sorrow filled their hearts. One day, the king, Alaric, summoned the wisest sages of the land. He asked them one question. "Tell me, what is the meaning of life?" The sages argued for days. Some said, "It is to serve the gods." Others said, "To leave behind great works." A few whispered, "There is none." The king listened to all, and grew more troubled. Finally, in frustration, he declared, "If life has no meaning, then what is the point of living at all?" No one could answer. And so, one by one, the people of Arios began to live not with purpose, but with habit. They rose, they ate, they worked, and they slept, not because they wanted to, but because they didn't know what else to do. The kingdom shone on the outside, but inside, it was hollow. In a small corner of the kingdom lived a boy named Niven. He was quiet, thoughtful, and unlike the others, he couldn't pretend to be content. He often climbed to the hills at dawn and whispered to the sky. "Why am I here? Why was anything born at all?" But the sky never answered. One day, as he sat there lost in thought, an old wanderer passed by, a man with a walking stick carved like twisted roots and eyes that seemed to hold both laughter and pain. The old man asked, "Why so heavy, young one?" Niven sighed. "Everything feels empty. People laugh, but I can hear the hollowness behind their voices. They say life is precious, but no one can tell me why." The old man nodded. "So you want to find meaning?" "I do," Niven said. "But the more I search, the less I find." The old man smiled gently. "Perhaps you are searching in the wrong place." The wanderer led Niven to a small abandoned hut at the edge of the forest. Inside was an old loom, the kind used for weaving cloth. The man said, "This is the loom of life. Every thread you place upon it will become something real. Try it." Niven hesitated. "But I have nothing to weave." "Then start with that," said the old man. "Weave your emptiness." So Niven began. At first, the cloth was dull, gray and lifeless. He looked at it sadly. "See? Even my soul is meaningless." But the old man only smiled. "Then give your meaning to it." "What do you mean?" "Do not wait for meaning to appear. Weave it yourself. Every color, every thread, give it the meaning you choose." So Niven tried again. He took the gray threads and mixed them with red, the color of the sunrise. He added blue for the river that calmed his heart, and green for the forest where he had once played. Hours turned into days. As he worked, something strange began to happen. The cloth seemed to shimmer with life, as if it carried a warmth born not from the loom, but from his spirit. Rumors spread of the boy who could weave cloths that glowed with soul. When King Alaric heard of it, he sent for Niven. When the boy arrived, the king demanded, "They say you weave meaning into your cloth. Tell me, how is that possible when the world itself is meaningless?" Niven looked at the king's weary face and said softly, "Your Majesty, the world has no meaning by itself, that's true. But that doesn't make it empty. It makes it free." The court fell silent. Niven continued. "The river flows, but it does not ask why. The stars shine, but they do not seek purpose. We are the only ones who can ask, and that is our gift. Meaning isn't given to us. We create it, as I weave this cloth." He held up the fabric. In it shimmered the colors of joy, sorrow, memory, and hope, the entire spectrum of what it meant to be human. The king stared at it for a long time. Then tears filled his eyes. "So, life is not meant to have a meaning, until we give it one." Niven smiled. "Exactly. Meaning is not found. It is made. Years passed. The boy became a man, and the king grew old. But under Niven's influence, the people of Arios changed. Artists painted not for fame, but for wonder. Builders created not for wealth, but for beauty. Parents raised children not to fulfill destiny, but to share love. And when someone felt lost, they would visit Niven, who would give them a small piece of cloth and say, "Here, weave something of your own. Don't wait for meaning to appear. Create it." When Niven finally passed away, the people placed his loom in the center of the city. They called it the Loom of Meaning, and every year, the citizens would bring a single thread, representing something that gave their life purpose, and weave it together. Over time, the loom grew into a vast tapestry, filled with countless threads, each one unique, each one alive. The kingdom of Arios, once hollow, now shimmered like a living soul. Moral of the story. Meaning is not something we find in the world, it's something we build inside ourselves. When we stop waiting for life to explain itself, and start weaving our own truth, our days, however ordinary, begin to glow. Life itself may be neutral, but what we create within it is sacred. Even if life is meaningless, you have the power to make it beautiful. Just as the boy wove color into emptiness, you can weave purpose into your own existence, thread by thread, day by day.